Coming to you from Annapolis, Maryland, home of the U.S. Naval Academy, the sailing capital of the world, home of the world's largest crab feast, and 4 signers of the Declaration of Independence. This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, a daily roundup of local news that you can use, including local sports, local events, local opinion, and local weather from DMV Weather. Now here's your host, publisher of Eye on Annapolis, John Frenaye.
Good morning. It's Thursday, July 19th, 2018. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Leading off our news today, on July 14th, Anne Arundel County Police responded to the 200 block of Charles Road in Linthicum Heights for a citizen complaint of animal abuse. The citizen reported that they observed a suspect dragging a dog behind his vehicle. They confronted each other, and he explained that he was just disciplining his dog for escaping from his yard. On July 16th, detectives returned to the scene. They observed that the dog appeared to be limping and had blood on its right paw pad. Animal control officers took custody of the dog, transported it to a veterinarian, and applied for an arrest warrant for the owner. Yesterday, at about 1 a.m., police responded to the suspect's residence and placed him under arrest and served his arrest warrants. While there, they found that he was also in possession of a small amount of cocaine, 68 oxycodone pills, 15 morphine pills, and 12 Endocet pills. And this scumbag goes by the name of Herbert Carl Sensibaugh of the 200 block of Charles Road in Linthicum Heights, Maryland. District 1 Congressman Andy Harris has finally come around after the Maryland congressional delegation has urged President Donald Trump to award Capital Gazette reporter Wendy Winters the Presidential Medal of Freedom for her actions in the newsroom the day that Jared Ramos burst in and killed 5 employees. Initially, Harris said that he wanted to see the letter prior to signing on with it, and subsequently he has sent a private communication to the White House in support of the effort. According to his spokesman, Jackie Clark, she said, "Unfortunately, the delegation did not wait for Congressman Harris to personally review the letter before they sent it, which is normal delegation communications." Marriott International has announced that they plan to remove plastic straws and drink stirrers from all of its 6,500 hotels worldwide by the end of next year. The world's largest hotel company said that it will eliminate approximately 1 billion straws and 250 million stirrers by July of 2019. Marriott's based in Bethesda and says that the year-long time frame is going to let hotels deplete their existing supplies and identify alternatives to plastic straws. They said that customers ultimately will be given alternatives only upon requests. Nearly 2 months after the deadly flooding wiped out businesses and homes and killed 1 person in Ellicott City, the historic Main Street will be reopened to cars and pedestrians tomorrow. Howard County officials said that construction and cleanup are still ongoing in the area. Several streets remain closed, but because some businesses have reopened and in an effort to balance the needs of business owners, County Executive Alan Kittleman had said it's time to reopen the entire street. Moving into some sports news, the Baltimore Ravens are having a free open practice at M&T Bank Stadium this Saturday, July 21st. Gates will open at 5 p.m., parking will open at 4 p.m., and the practice will start at 6 p.m. They will have fireworks after the practice. You'll have post-practice autographs, alumni autograph signing, lots of games, photo booths, a lot of fun. I remember when they came to Annapolis, it was just an absolutely fantastic time. As I said, the gates will open at 5 p.m. Parking is available for $10 in lots A, B, C, G, and H, beginning at 4 p.m. It is free. There is no cost to attend other than parking. And it will be your only time to see the Ravens before the preseason starts because all of their other practice sessions have been sold out for quite some time. Just next door at Oriole Park at Camden Yards, it's a sad day. The Orioles have traded all-star shortstop Manny Machado to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Well, I think everybody saw this coming at some point. I don't think anybody ever really wanted to see it happen. In return for Machado, the Dodgers will be sending Rylan Bannon, Yusniel Diaz, Dean Kremer, Zach Pop, and Breivik Valera. And these are all young prospects, so it does look like we are in for probably several more years of the Orioles rebuilding their organization. Personally, I think they need to start in the front office and stay off of the field. And finally, yesterday afternoon, we got a message from the city of Annapolis, and they are looking for volunteers for the Annapolis Rising, which is the benefit concert for the Capital Gazette and Freedom of the Press, which is going to be held on Saturday, July 28th at noon. They are looking for volunteers who will work a 3-hour shift starting at 9 a.m., and they're looking for people that have music production, technical skills to help with staging, sound, and lighting. If you have any of those, please email concertvolunteer@annapolis.gov. And with that email, you want to include your name, address, email, cell phone number, date of birth, preferred shift, and a listing of your special skills. There is still no word as to when the tickets will go on sale, what the cost of the tickets will be, and I had just heard last night that the venue may have changed. Initially, it was supposed to be right at the end of Bladen Street, and now it looks like it may be moving over to Calvert Street. Stay tuned for that. Probably your best bet is to make sure you're following the City of Annapolis's Facebook page. That is about it for the top news today. Make sure you are following eyeonannapolis.net, and you check in on that periodically throughout the day because we do update it consistently. If you do enjoy this podcast, please make sure you recommend us to your friends and your coworkers. And because it is Thursday, make sure you hang out because we've got Trevor with Annapolis Makerspace with your Maker Minutes. And of course, coming up right now, we have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast right after these words from Kegs and Corks.
Don't miss the best event of the summer. Get your tickets now for the 7th Annual Cakes and Corks Festival at the Anne Arundel County Fairgrounds, Saturday, August 18th from 1 to 7 p.m. Tickets benefit the Special Olympics of Maryland and include a souvenir glass, unlimited wine and beer samples, plus live music including headliner Kristen and the Noise. Sample over 80 Maryland wines, 40 craft beers, plus vendors like wine cream, wine slushies, and desserts made with craft beer. Buy your ticket today at cakesandcorksfest.com for noon entry, cakesandcorksfest.com.
This is Maryland. The weather can be nearly unpredictable. We've got George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis to sort it all out.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, July 19th. Okay, so yesterday was day one of 3 nice days in a row with sunshine, lower humidity, and lower temps. Having said that, look for highs 83 to 88 again today and tomorrow, before we switch into what might be a multi-day phase of daily rain chances again, starting Saturday and lasting well into next week, as a frontal boundary gets hung up overhead or just to the south of the Annapolis area. So enjoy these next couple of days while we have them, and we'll take a closer look tomorrow on just how much rain might impact the area Saturday into Sunday and beyond into Monday and next week. Okay, that's it for today. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to follow DMV Weather anywhere all the time at dmvweather.com or on social media via Twitter or Facebook, or especially on our free app that you can download from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store on all of your devices by searching for DC MDVA Weather, so you can always stay weather informed. But remember, whatever the weather outside, have fun and be safe.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us. Men and women who serve without expecting anything in return. Which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. As I mentioned last week, County Fair season is upon us and they're really ramping up this week. Most of them are still fairly far from Annapolis, but ours will be here in no time. But just a rundown of the ones that are active this week. Wrapping up tomorrow and Saturday is the Washington County Agricultural Expo and Fair, which is out near Frederick. This weekend and all next week, the 20th through the 28th, is the Cecil County Fair. And all next week, the 23rd through the 28th, is both the Hartford County Fair, just northeast of Baltimore, and the Somerset County Fair down near Salisbury. And just a reminder, county fairs aren't just about fried food and carnival rides. They feature classic and new agricultural methods and machinery, crafts of all sorts, and lots of STEM-related things involved with modern and classic agriculture. Farms are what feed us, so support your local farmers. Tomorrow through Sunday is Artscape in Baltimore. Artscape is America's largest free arts festival, attracting over 350,000 attendees over 3 days, with more than 150 fine artists, fashion designers, craftspeople, visual arts exhibits, sculpture, art cars, photography, and live music. All 3 days feature STEAM workshops. And new this year on Friday, tomorrow, is the Artscape Youth Day, with a variety of youth-focused programming including youth artists, makers, and performers throughout the day. Saturday at the Fillmore in Silver Spring is the inaugural Mask Off Cosplay Dance Party. This party is meant to celebrate all things comic book, games, movies, and more. Come dressed as your favorite pop culture character. This week at the Anne Arundel County Public Library System, at the Rivera Beach Library on Saturday, they're having a PlayStation VR experience. Come and check out what virtual reality is all about on the PlayStation 4 with PSVR. And Monday at Rivera Beach is the Teen Makerspace Workshop, where they'll be making a CD clock. Turn a compact disc into a working clock. For both of these events, please call the library to register. And Wednesday at the Maryland City at Russet Library near Fort Meade is Code Your Own Band. Create your own band and play music using the Scratch programming language for beginners, and Makey Makey, which is a little electronic gadget that turns almost anything into a musical instrument. And tonight at Annapolis Makerspace is Basics of Electronics with Tom. And next Tuesday is our monthly general meeting and open house. Come on by and say hi. And I wanted to thank everyone that came out last Saturday for our first anniversary party and open house. It was a huge turnout and we had a whole lot of fun showing everyone what the space is all about. And thanks also to everyone who used the Amazon link on the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org when they did their Prime Day shopping. As always, you can catch me tonight and every Thursday night at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for Electronics Night. And I'll be posting links to these events on the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org sometime today. And remember, whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
September 29th, the inaugural Twist and Shout Festival at Quiet Waters Park along the shores of the South River. Twist and Shout, a Maryland wine, craft beer, music, food, and arts festival, presented by the Anne Arundel County Department of Recreation and Parks, along with the Maryland Wineries Association. Sample dozens of craft beers and Maryland wines. Dance the afternoon away to the sounds of Saved by Zero and the Groove Spot Band. Watch the plein air painters and shop dozens of artisans, crafters, and food trucks. Tickets are on sale now at twistandshout.org. twistandshout.org. September 29th, Twist and Shout at Quiet Waters Park, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tickets at twistandshout.org. Thanks for listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. If you like what you heard, make sure to tell your friends and colleagues about it. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find much more. Be sure to check out our other weekly podcast, The Maryland Crabs. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.